Howdy, howdy, ho, everybody. It's me, your good friend Phil, hosting the Piggy Bank podcast, your casual gaming podcast, here with my friends, casual, filthy casuals, Connor Elliott.
Hi, is that what I'm
There you
supposed to
go.
say?
Yeah,
I wasn't told anything.
leave that in. Leave that in.
I'm
And
leaving it
Tavin
in. It's all
Bothel.
in there. I almost
And
had you
Tavin
restart
Bothel.
because you did your big stretch at the start.
Oh, that was on purpose. And Tavin Bothel.
Hey, what's poppin', guys? I'm Tavin.
Hey, you can't say people's last name on this show.
Oh, too late. I
I
already
get
did.
doxxed.
There
I'm Phil Shoemaker. I'm your host.
What's poppin'?
All right.
Bad decisions.
What have you guys been up to this week?
Well, seeing as it's only Wednesday, only working and getting a Christmas tree.
Oh, very nice.
Always get the Christmas tree. Smaller one than usual, since we won't be in town.
I've been doing my finals. We're recording earlier than normal, but we have to switch our whole recording schedule around anyway after this. Because I've got I'm doing finals. I'm doing my last finals tomorrow, and then I'm heading straight home to watch the Game Awards with you boyos. And then
Tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
then my work schedule starts getting involved again, and we're just the recording schedule. We just got to figure something new out, which I think we've got a good idea of what we're doing from here.
I think so.
Other than that, just finals and I platinumed God of War Ragnarok.
You did do that. You did that. You put that in our general chat. And I was like, good man.
I
Good
did
man.
that. I like that they do
Amazing.
the
I mean,
quick. They do a 100% complete little thing when you complete it, which isn't even necessary for the platinum, but you might as well along the way. And then I've just been playing Callisto Protocol, which we'll have a review out. You know, when you're listening and watching this, we'll have a review out for Callisto Protocol tomorrow.
I heard a lot of good things about that game.
We're putting that out on Sunday?
The review?
Yeah, I thought on Twitter you said Monday.
Did I? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's attached to the Gamescast. Is that? Oh, fucking hell. God damn it, Tavin. You fuck up all the fucking recordings. What's funny is when this happens, I don't even edit it out. There we go. All right.
Me too.
But I mean, it's on the Gamescast on Monday, but I break every review out for its own clicks or whatever. So
Gotcha.
and for easy finding in the YouTube feeds, because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I go back to my favorite podcasts or whatever, and I'm like, hey, when was this moment? When they had this topic, and it's not in the title, so then I get lost and confused, and I'm like, fuck, man, what episode was that a part of or whatever? So I break out the reviews. I break out reviews and spoiler conversations and all of that for that reason.
Yeah. So we always got to reach for that clickbait. God, what a shame, Tavin. You couldn't get it first, though. Couldn't get the platinum first. The platinum.
Oh, yeah. Well, vacation, family, girlfriend, things like that. So,
I mean, I have all that minus the vacation, so.
Dang, he's right. Sounds like, if anything, you just argued that you had more time to do it.
My girlfriend specifically told me don't bring the PlayStation. So I was like, okay, all right, okay, fair.
Oh, man.
So you brought your Switch instead, right?
No, I did bring my Vita, but I didn't touch it. So
too busy having fun.
Indeed.
I remember you saying that you were going to bring your Vita and play God of War.
The original, the 2005. Yeah, I did. And I toyed around with it while I was home, not on vacation. But while I was on vacation, I didn't even have time for it. So.
Yeah. All right, Connor. Now that all the pleasantries are out of the way, why don't we go ahead and start with you first on your minigame, Connor?
Well, my chosen video game, special game fun time thing that we do is going to be the question of what is your favorite DLC of all time?
All right.
Now, video games don't have as much DLC as they used to, I would say.
Huh?
Yeah, all time. But, DLC still exists, so it's not an outdated thing, and I don't think it ever will be. So, with that being said, my favorite DLC is the Bloodborne DLC, The Old Hunters. It was a really good choice to make it all one DLC, because the interesting thing about it was that it originally was planned to be two different ones, but they just melded them all together, which added to the splendor of the DLC itself, which saw you taking a dive into this dream world where you had to fight a bunch of crazy former hunters and weird, wacky monsters. And in that DLC, you had some of the best areas, some of the best, common enemies in all of Bloodborne, an already amazing masterpiece of a game. But you also had some of the best bosses that ever existed, not only in Bloodborne, but in the Souls series as a whole. And they literally just came out of nowhere swinging with characters like Maria of the Astral Clock Tower, one of the best video game bosses of all time, without a doubt. Up until Elden Ring, what I would say is the hardest Souls boss in the entire franchise, which was the Orphan of Cause. That guy was ridiculous. And then enemies like bosses like Ludwig, the Accursed, who had this extremely cinematic, very fun boss fighting experience as well. And it also had some amazing music. It was seriously just like a perfect package of a DLC.
Dude,
it
no,
honestly
wait,
could have.
he's up for Creator of the Year on Game Awards.
I knew
Who is?
you were gonna make the
Oh,
joke. I knew you were gonna make the joke. Keep going.
God. But yeah, anybody who's played it, a lot of at least what I see online, instantly denote it as their favorite DLC because it's just so good. It can stand on its own as a video game because it is fairly lengthy. You would have had criticisms come up of it's too pricey, though I can't remember how much. No, I guess if it was $30, it would have been very well priced because I think that's how much it cost. But all in all, that's just the best DLC I've played. Not definitively, because there are some good DLCs out there. We'll see what you guys say on yours, but Old Hunters is definitely my personal favorite. And I would make an argument it's the best one, but, that's different.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tavin.
Yeah, that's solid. I've always heard great things about the Bloodborne DLC and a lot of the just From Software's DLC in general. I've heard great things about. Well, speaking of which,
Hey,
just to talk about it and get it out of the way, I sent y'all the trailer for the Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, the
Arena
Coliseum.
3v3 or whatever thing.
The Coliseum.
The Coliseum. That's what it is. Yeah. What is y'all's? Jesus Christ, Connor, you're right up on that camera. What is y'all's takes on that?
Wait,
I did not watch the video.
the what?
Did you not see? Yeah, there's the Elden Ring PvP DLC. I think launched today.
Where'd you send this?
It's
in
in
the
general.
news,
It
I
might
think, or
be
is it general?
you might have to scroll up a little bit for it now.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Damn
it.
It's just some PvP like up to. I think you can do like 1v1, 2v2, or 3v3. From
Well,
what
Yeah,
it looks like.
I guess
didn't-
it was weird that Connor didn't say anything.
I
Yeah,
did think I was like, all right, nobody's gonna say anything. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I definitely did not watch the video. I was doing other things. I think when you sent that, I was actually driving.
Well, damn. Dude, this is gonna be cool as hell. There's the multiplayer aspect that game needed because multiplayer is pretty fun as far as Souls games go. Just fighting people with your crazy weird abilities against their other crazy weird abilities. It's fun.
And the fact that it's like teams, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do like that.
Well,
Fred,
now the debate is we are on the eve of the Game Awards at the time we are recording this. Do you gentlemen? So this conversation is already outdated. Do you gentlemen think this negates any opportunity for full Elden Ring DLC, or like, is there still
In
a
general?
chance? Yeah.
I would say no.
Yeah, I
Since
think there could still be more like content.
Yeah, because this PvP thing isn't like the system's already there. It wouldn't take much work to make it, which is why it's just a free update rather than this big advertised DLC, which is generally what they would do. So I could still, and there's so much more content in Elden Ring. I've always said this to make
How
DLC
much-
out of that I think
How
they'll come up
much
with more.
how much do the From Software DLCs usually cost?
See, that's what I'm trying to remember. I don't, because I remember, I think the Old Hunters was $30, but I may be wrong about that. I know
That
it's not.
sounds right. Anywhere from like 20 to 30 sounds fine.
I think Dark
I've
Souls was
always
20.
heard like 20 to 30 is like his usual DLC stuff. Do you guys remember fucking Microsoft points on fucking 360?
Yeah, fuck that shit, man.
Jesus
I'm so
Christ.
glad we're past that era. That shit sucks.
What's wrong with that?
It's just a way to nickel and dime you. Like Nintendo has it too, but it's just like gross. Like I've never liked it, and I never will. Anytime where it's like transfer your money into points, I'm like, no, just let me fucking buy the thing. No, I'm with you guys. I think there's still a good chance of having Elden Ring DLC announcement. I think it's actually smart to announce it beforehand, and to show it off and to even release it beforehand, because then like it gets some attention, as opposed to like if it was like Elden Ring expansion and also multiplayer PvP. The PvP would like get ignored or
fall to the wayside.
Yeah, get lost in the news articles, anyways. But to answer your question, Connor, I'm of two minds because I was thinking when you had pitched the thing in the pre-show, I was like, oh man, I don't know if it's like if we're doing favorites or best. And if we're doing favorites, and then you guys had a fun conversation where you're like, oh, I bet I know what he's got.
Yeah, we have our theories as to what you're going to say.
Can I guess what you thought?
No, you have to say it first. You have to say.
You have to give your answer first.
Okay, all right. I'll give my answer. If I was doing best, I would have done Witcher 3's Blood and Wine.
Okay.
But my favorite is the Mass Effect 3 Citadel DLC.
There it is.
Head and Shoulders.
Yeah.
That
there
DLC is phenomenal.
That's exactly what we thought.
That is what we thought you were going to say.
Yeah. That's what I would have guessed that you guys would have thought. But yeah, the Citadel DLC, a fun. It comes in two parts, where the first part is a fun little romp with a bunch of fan service and like exciting, like almost James Bond action with Commander Shepard. All of your favorite characters come back, and you can like put them in your squad and stuff and have a great time. There's a cool little like fun spy espionage mystery that goes super awry, and it leads off to like honestly one of the best boss battles in Mass Effect. If you know, not that there's a lot of great boss battles in Mass Effect. But yeah, that boss battle at the end of that story is fantastic. And then the second half of the DLC, you just throw a fucking party and you just hang out with all of your friends that you've made along the way over 3 games, all your surviving friends at least. And it's just an absolute blast to see them all relax, let their hair down, chit chat, like have conversations that you've always wanted them to have conversations you never thought they would have.
Actually in Vega, fuck.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, they did. And yeah, I it's heartwarming, it's hilarious, it's fun, it's sad, it like there are specific moments that like brought tears to my eyes when I discovered them and stuff, like. And then on top of that, there's like ancillary content. Like you can go to like a little battle VR little battle arena. You can play games with your friends. You can shop and decorate your apartment. Like there's a lot in that DLC, and I think it's the most underrated DLC in the entire series. Except for like whatever the first one was, Falling Sky or whatever it's called.
For
Batarians, the Batarian one.
The Batarians on the moon or whatever. Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I think that arena was like the last trophy that I got for my platinum for Mass Effect 3. Like that arena trophy, like
there's like some New Game Plus thing you have to do.
Is there?
Yeah, you have to get your weapon to level 10.
Oh, okay. Well, no, then I definitely did that, and then I went back.
Yeah.
On like another save.
Because I had to load up the New Game Plus, because you have to play past Mars to unlock that functionality. But then I also had to do like a thing with powers that I forget. I think it's just my class just didn't have it or something.
I could just be full of shit.
It was Incinerate. I needed a thing with Incinerate.
Yeah. I could just be full of shit, and I did that arena thing and then the level 10. I'd have to look back at the dates. Yeah. I have to look back at the dates.
Yeah.
So my favorite DLC, I'll probably go with what Tavin did and do best and then favorite. What I think is probably the best is the Borderlands 2 Assault on Dragon Keep DLC.
That's what I thought you were gonna pick.
No. That's probably what I think is the best. My favorite is I'm gonna sound like such a fucking shill and such a fucking idiot. Fucking Pokemon Sword and Shield, Crown Tundra, and Isle of Armor.
Ugh.
What?
I don't even know what the fuck that is, but ugh.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had DLC.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know this, but it's actually funny that we did DLCs and I was talking about Pokemon. Might have something to do with later in the show. Anyway,
it might have something later to do with the show twice.
Anyway,
Pokemon.
So, in the creation of Sword and Shield, it was announced that over half of the Pokemon in the Pokedex were not going to be included in this game. And that was referred to as Dexit, which is Pokedex mixed with what was Brexit for Britain and all that. And a lot of people were pissed off about it. And then, Game Freak, small indie company, they can't afford to do all these animations for all these Pokemon that they put in their fucking multi-billion-dollar franchise. Mm-hmm. It's hard.
Biggest entertainment property of all time.
It's tough.
New game can't run, but biggest entertainment
barely made any money.
So with the release of Isle of Armor and then Crown Tundra, they added in, I don't know the number, but they added in a very substantial amount of Pokemon that were not included in the base game. Along with like extra campaigns, you got a new spin on the raid battles, which was introduced in Sword and Shield. And then there was a new raid battle where you basically went through several different raid battles with your friends, and it was like you get different Pokemon that you'd basically draft for it, and then you'd get a legendary at the end, and it was always random what legendary it was. It just told you the type that it was going to be. And it was really fun. It was really great DLC. That being the Crown Tundra. I think the Crown Tundra is overall better than Isle of Armor. It was kind of a package deal, but they were released sequentially. Fucking gotta get my words right. Anyway, but yeah, those are my answers. I got Tiny Tina's Sultan Dragon Keep as the best, just because it's Tiny Tina's Sultan Dragon Keep for Borderlands 2, one of the best fucking looter shooters in the biz.
Led to a great spin-off game.
Oh yeah, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, man, great game. Then Pokemon, because it's Pokemon, and it's me, Phil. Hi,
Connor. You don't think DLC is as big a thing anymore?
No, I don't see them. They don't seem to come out as much.
I mean, it evolved. It's different than what it used to be. For
it's
sure,
definitely different.
It's more of like your season passes and your like your Fortnite chapter 3, 4, whatever they're doing, like type drops and stuff. At least on the multiplayer front, but Spider-Man had DLC that was solid for the most part.
It's definitely not gone. It's not like a bygone era.
Yeah.
Of a thing, but like something like Fortnite, Apex. Can you I guess that's DLC. I guess that technically is.
They have new maps. They changed the maps up. Yeah,
there's other costumes and stuff.
Yeah, cosmetics and so forth. New weapon drops. I would count that as DLC. Or I would count that as substantial enough DLC, at least on multiplayer fronts and so forth.
Yeah, Fortnite being more so on that front, but even Valorant with all the different skins and stuff.
And then also just depending on how you look at it, PlayStation kind of does it differently than everybody else, admittedly, where now they're kind of on a, hey, let's put more budget into your DLC and just make it a smaller game. You think of the Miles Moraleses, you think of the Lost Legacy. You think
fucking Ghost of Tsushima had DLC.
Tsushima had, that's great. Yeah, Tsushima and Death Stranding in the director's cut had pretty big expansions and modes and so forth. I think back then it mattered more because you stayed with the game longer. Whereas now we rotate our games pretty consistently, and it takes a lot to motivate us to go back.
Would you say that Tsushima technically had two because it had Iki Island and it had the multiplayer?
No, because the multiplayer was intended for launch.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, we need to focus on the main game and then put this out later. So
I guess DLC just has changed shape.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think it's just as prevalent. Well, maybe not just as prevalent, but I'd say it's just changed.
I want to give a shout out to the Skyrim Hearthstone DLC. I like that DLC. Build a house.
That was good DLC.
Yeah,
I liked. If we're talking Skyrim, I think my favorite was probably the Dawnguard.
That's how a lot of people consider that
that's
one
the
of the best
vampire
DLC.
one, right? Yeah, that was great. That one was
gave you the best companion in the game
by far. By far.
Thanks, Laura Bailey.
That was Laura Bailey. Fuck, I forgot about that. Oh man, Laura Bailey's dope, man. She's really good.
We had the same birthday.
You and Bailey? That's cool.
Yeah,
that's neat. We
live in a world,
and maybe this is a conversation for a later time. But man, Laura Bailey might be my favorite one in the industry. I really like her.
Yeah. That's an easy take. It's definitely not a hot take.
No, not at all.
All right, so I know what one of Tavin's hot takes are.
I don't think you do. I mean, you might.
I
but
think I
don't
definitely
you
do.
Oh.
You might know like topically what it is, but cue us up here.
All right. So Tavin, for Tavin's mini game, he asked us. I want to say about a week ago.
It was like 3 days ago.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I thought it was longer.
Time moved fast.
I was giving you more credit and myself less credit because of how long it took me to think of my hot takes, and I just didn't do it. Yeah, he wanted us to come up with 3 gaming hot takes.
I think we only need to talk about one right now, though.
One,
okay. We can come back to this topic because throughout the topic, we're talking 3 different takes, and that's fine.
That is true. We have to milk it for content.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, what is your gaming hot take? And I'll go ahead and I'll go first. All right.
Okay.
And a lot of my hot takes have been well documented on this channel. And sure, like I could throw it out there and debate it, and we could rehash a conversation that at least me and Connor have had several times on the Gamescast, and then Phil, I know you've been a part of at least 1 or 2 of those hot takes. But I thought I'd give a new one, and one that's been kind of stewing in my brain, in the back of my head for a long, long time. And I might be a victim to this as well. Where I think of things like Sly Cooper, I think of things like maybe old Ratchet and Clank. There's just a bunch of stuff that I think of that could fall victim to this take as well. And I'm a human being. Admittedly, I'm not perfect. I fall off on things as well. My hot take is your favorite video game franchises that are still relevant today would not be relevant if they came out today. If they launched today, they wouldn't work. I'm thinking of like the Jak and Daxter. It's gonna sound like I'm just bullying Phil now, but I'm thinking of the Jak and Daxters.
Yeah, there was many a conversation on our hype streams where you would like, if this came out today, it would not nearly be as popular.
It wouldn't work. It would have flopped real hard. But like, I'm even going as far as it wouldn't have flopped, but it wouldn't be a franchise. Kingdom Hearts. But most importantly, if Pokemon came out today, it would not be nearly as popular as it's upheld today. It wouldn't be the most well-known entertainment property of all time. It wouldn't be the most successful entertainment property of all time. If Pokemon comes out today, it has a quick conversation of like, hey, here's a real simple RPG, cool, and then we pick it up, we play it for 3 months, and then we put it down, and that'll be it.
I don't think a lot of stuff happens without Pokemon.
Like what?
Persona.
Well, I mean that changes, but like
actually,
you're only saying that because I've always said that Persona is just big.
That's what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say Persona is better than Pokemon.
Persona is better than Pokemon.
Excuse me. Actually, the inspiration for Persona was Shin Megami Tensei, which did that come before Pokemon? I want to say it did. When did Pokemon come out? When did Pokemon even start being a thing?
Pokemon Red.
What was the first thing? What was the first thing?
1996.
Wait. First, was the card? What came first? The video game or the card game? The video game, right?
Video game. Yeah. Well, it was the video game, and then they made the cartoon, and the cartoon inspired the cards and so forth. And yeah, Nintendo knew what they were doing. Like, when they made Pokemon for sure, but like I just don't. SMT1 October 30th, 1992. Yeah. So like and this is my thing is it's just like Pokemon is just like a really generic, simple RPG game with the gimmick of like here's some cute, cuddly characters like that everyone is enjoying and loving. In today's market, that game fails hard. Even if like you just erase Pokemon from existence and you can't have the comparison, you put that out today and everyone's like, oh yeah, look at this cute little Pikachu, Charizard's okay, cool, whatever. Like, all right, 7 out of 10, let's move on. And that would be the end of it. Like, it just would not exist in today's market if it came out today as opposed to when it came out in 1996. When, you can take advantage of marketing in ways that you can't today, or the idea of marketing has changed since then, because that's really where Pokemon launched and got big was just off of the marketing. It was the cartoon, it was the comics, it was the toys, it was the video game. Like it was a mass conglomerate of all of that Nintendo was able to push. And I just don't think you can't sell a video game off the back of a cartoon or vice versa anymore.
That's a fair point.
All right.
Also, 90s kids fucking stupid.
God, I hate
Okay,
them.
you made a bad decision right there,
Yeah,
Tavin.
90s kids are
Just
dumb. 90s
alienated.
I
As a man
hate
born in
90s kids.
1997, 90s kids are fucking morons.
God,
sounds
we
to me-
hate them.
It sounds to me, Tavin, like
God,
you're
we hate
doing
them.
a second hot take.
No.
No, they
My
just bought
gaming
whatever
hot take.
commercial came on in between their cartoons or whatever. They were like,
How
"Oh,
dare
mom,
you?
give me
How
that."
dare you? How dare you? I bought. Well, yeah, I did that too. But that was when I was a kid.
That's
Now
my
I'm
point.
grown up, and now
Exactly.
I'm
That's my
smart.
point. Is Pokemon only works because it targeted 90s kids.
I'm gonna say no.
My gaming hot take.
There's no back and forth. No one has any like, no, it would work because of this, that, and the third or whatever.
I mean, to be honest, like in that context, I think a lot of games wouldn't work if it was taken.
I think that's
Into
Tavin's
now.
exact point.
Yeah, because like it's hard to say. Like, would it appear if it did release today? Would it be the exact same thing, or would it be a completely different thing? I guess that's the biggest caveat to it all. But how it would have appeared in its first iteration nowadays, as opposed to then, where technology was on a completely different level than it is now. Because
You know what I think? You know what I think is interesting
Mhm.
is just me thinking right now. I think it works vice versa. That if a lot of the stuff that we like now, if it was released back in the day, I don't think it would be as big. Because I think a lot of stuff that, because people have hardened in terms of like what we can handle over the years. So I think if Last of Us comes out in the 90s, fucking that shit's not no one's playing that game.
You see, I recall there being like very much ridiculously hard, broken games that were still well liked back in the way days.
I think
Metal Gear
Phil's
Solid.
talking content because
I'm
the
talking
idea of a
content.
video game is fun
Oh.
little sprites, it's cartoon characters, it's kiddie,
Okay,
and
I see.
video games have grown
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So with that perspective, as a video game, I'd probably agree with you. But you take that same story and you make it into a movie or a TV show or whatever, and I still think it works. I think it still resonates. It may not be as big, but it'll still resonate.
Yeah, no, I'm talking video games.
Yeah. As a video game, Last of
That's
Us
just- that's
in
just a-
1995 doesn't work.
Yeah, that's just something I thought was interesting. Just like thinking about it.
Well, I think narrative is something that's kind
a
of
lot of-
extends. What? Sorry, what's that?
I said you can say that about a lot of stuff like that that's out now.
Yeah,
Fucking God of War.
Well, you see, I think
That's hard because God of War existed back in the day.
No, but I mean that's fair. But I mean like let's say I don't know. God of War's a bad example.
It's hard just because the creative ideas of developers today is different than what it was. Where like they were making toys. Now they're making experiences. Now they're making moving narratives. Now they're making something that can be greater than just, the toy that little Johnny and little Sally are playing, or like something bigger than like your 13-year-old little edgy kid can be. That still exists, but it's less like it's less dominant than it is now. Now it's like, hey, what is this doing as a piece of art? Like how is it moving the medium forward? What are mechanics? What are ideas? I think the idea of a game developer, like people understand that now more than they do back then. Like they understand there's
Definitely.
a creative team behind it now.
Mhm.
I feel like most people thought like back in the day that video games were just like made in somebody's basement.
Yeah,
Wasn't Doom basically made that way?
Yes,
essentially. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
it was a mod of something else.
To that point again, though, I feel like with games like Last of Us, and even bring back to your point, God of War, like Ragnarok, like 2018, would actually excel back then because in the landscape that it would be put in, these very narrative-heavy games, which are very universal, even across cultures, would stand out. Like it would have the chance, not necessarily, be assured, but it would have a high chance of being like, okay, what's this? And that narrative focus being implemented a lot earlier as opposed to it being later would be the main result of that. Because people could look at a story and be entertained by it, especially something like The Last of Us, which is simple but just done very strongly. I mean, sure, the gameplay wouldn't be as well received, but ultimately, I think the highlight of what made Last of Us so famous and successful in the first place would still apply to the 1990s or the early 2000s.
That's fair because even there are examples of narrative-based things that like people cared about and people still care about. And if you go back to a couple of them, they still resonate. You think of, Metal Gear Solid 1. You think of, in terms of like grit and gore, like you think of like early Silent Hill stuff, early Resident Evil stuff. Like that was shocking back in the day. Maybe it wasn't written super well or acted super well or performed, but like, it worked for a reason. Mortal Kombat. I don't know. The more we talk about it, the more we think about it, I actually think that there's a solid chance that if we do go backwards, it does work.
I think I sent it to you guys around Thanksgiving, but did you guys see the fucking God of War Ragnarok trailer, but with like PlayStation 1 graphics?
I did. Yeah. I've seen a lot of that recently. Excuse you. Seeing the same thing done with Bloodborne. But I think actually...
cracked me the fuck up. Oh my god, it brought back so much nostalgia because that's it just all looked. It reminded
that's like
me
that's a whole series. There's people on YouTube who do that.
Oh yeah. Like I remember seeing like immediate my thoughts go back to like the original Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, even Metal Gear. Like I didn't experience it back then, but like me playing it whenever I did back in 2021. I guess it was just last year. Back in 2021. Fucking just feels like forever ago.
Yeah. There's a bunch of those videos out where it's like, what does The Last of Us look like if it came out on PlayStation 1? What does I saw a Death Stranding one. There's a bunch of other ones. Uncharted, I think, something. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I just remember there was a bit with like we're panning on Atreus and he's got the fucking like glove hand like touching the tree. And then it cuts to his face, and it's like the fucking blurry face, like a snake had in Metal Gear.
You're like, he's sad right now. He must be sad right now.
His slits are pointing slightly downwards. They couldn't design the eyes, so I can't really tell.
Oh man, my gaming hot take. All right, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Ratchet and Clank. Is the single best franchise Sony has ever released.
No, not even a little bit. Not even close. Not even a tiny bit. But I'll keep going.
This is not just nostalgia talking. Shut up. Just because the first one didn't include strafing, no big deal.
Rift Apart's not even the best game in the last 2 years. Last year. It wasn't even the best Sony game last year.
You're wrong about that.
Wrong. Absolutely wrong.
I've never played them.
Going Commando, playing it right now. Flawless game. Flawless. Absolutely nothing wrong. Totally nothing wrong with the fact that some of the AI just runs towards you instead of just things. They just kill themselves running into the arena traps.
Have you gotten to the ice planet yet? The ice planet's a pretty bad design.
The Snow Beast is flawless. The Snow Beast is flawless. Just because it does touch damage and it's the only enemy in the entire game that does touch damage and they swarm you and fucking nonstop hurt you. Perfect. Flawless game.
Doesn't sound fun.
Because the map doesn't have any kind of waypoint when you're looking for crystals in the middle of the desert. Totally fine.
Super underdeveloped plot.
So for what reasons is it?
Why is it the best?
You have to
hear all the reasons I just told you.
Okay, all right. I like good defense.
Yeah, that is the mentality of the old head.
Who cares that Angela Cross is a Lombax and without a tail, and that's why she's so clumsy, and then they drop her like a fucking bad habit after this game and never bring her up again, to the point that in the Crack in Time and on the PS3, one of the last PS3 Ratchet games, they bring up Alistair Azimuth as being one of the first Lombax that first other Lombax that Ratchet's ever met. Never met another one.
Dang, did they really retcon that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they retconned the shit out of Ratchet and Clank. It doesn't make any sense.
Just because, they didn't know how to write for Angela because all the rewrites just kept making her more and more unlikable. Because
she's not in the finished version. She's not super likable. Like she's okay.
No, but she's the most likable that she could have been because so basically you're chasing a thief in the beginning of the game, and then it's revealed to be her because she used to work for Megacorp, which is the company you're working for.
What's her
You're
name
recruited by Angela Cross. She disguises herself as a thief and steals a thing called a protopet, and then you find out that she's a Lumbax, and then she used to work for Megacorp, and then she blew the whistle when she found out the protopet was dangerous and ate people. So then,
I'll give you top 10.
when she's still the thief, she basically kills one of her former coworkers by throwing up against a wall and letting this like swamp planet monsters that after the defenses have been brought down, they basically let him just die and get eaten by swamp monsters.
That does happen.
Yeah.
Shit, I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
I typed in this character and I literally had to type out the entire name to get a search result.
Angela Cross. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it was like Angela, and then it's something else.
I think it's so funny because Insomniac put out like an art book, I think, for when the Ratchet like OG collection came out, like after the PS3 ones already came out. And they're like, we're sorry about Angela in the art book.
She's not that bad.
No, because they're sorry that they dropped her.
Oh, okay. I see.
Well,
yeah, Phil, that doesn't even hit top 5. Like,
go ahead, Connor.
I'm just sending I just found a photo. I was just gonna send it, just because there are some fans out there.
Oh.
Don't worry, it's not too graphic.
oh, here we go.
Yeah,
I
figured.
Yeah. I don't know.
I like
Seems
I
like
figured you're
like
looking up Real 34.
It could be worse. It could be, like I said, it's not as.
So much worse.
I could do worse. I could do way
I've
worse,
seen
but I
worse.
know that there is worse. Oh, there is worse. There's worse out there. But I'm not gonna.
Do not show us.
I'm not. No.
No. Well, I'm not showing the people that, but
No.
Mm-mm.
anyways,
Connor, what's your hot take?
Oh, okay. I think I've said this one before on the show, but since we're doing it in like an official manner now, it's a lot more sound bit. I'm gonna say it. This is probably the most hot take out of all years, I would say. Of course, it's my hot take, so I would always say that. And that is that Sonic the Hedgehog sucks. He sucks so bad. His games are overall not good. The character has nothing to him that's likable or notable or anything that's like amazing at all. There's no aspect to him that's like good other than the fact that he was marketed to hell by Sega and the fact that he was made of memes and people make jokes about him all the way from the 2000s since Sonic 06 to now. And those are funny. I've seen his portrayal in the show. He's funny and likable then. But in the games himself, there is nothing there. Nothing at all. There's just literally nothing. It was all a counterculture to try and pathetically fight against Mario, and he clearly lost because Sega is not really doing anything substantial comparative to Nintendo. And the games themselves, as I just said ago, kind of aren't that good. They are the same thing over and over again. Think about that the most hype you've gotten over a Sonic game is this new one. That doesn't even seem like it's that good enough to be lauded as this amazing game. And yet some people are like, "Oh, this is so amazing! It's so good," and it doesn't even look good. It doesn't look good at all. And I see a lot of 7s. Of course, scores like that are arbitrary, but I feel like if you're getting a 7, that's the best you can do in years.
That's not the best. That's not the best. Sonic Mania got like 8s and 9s.
Sonic, when did that come out again? I know this has been said before.
2016, 2017.
2016.
I would have said 2018.
It might
Sonic
be.
Mania. Well, it still doesn't change the fact that most of their games are bad, which I think I don't know if that's true or not. By the way, I would have to go to the Metacritic score, but I'm gonna staunchly say that it is bad. Even if they are good scores, I'm still gonna say they're bad because most likely the people who reviewed them are idiot Sonic fanboys. As a matter of fact, I think that I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this because there are idiot Sonic fanboys that are gonna come out and they're gonna say, "Oh, Sonic's actually good," and it's all gonna be stupid reasons. They're all gonna be dumb reasons. They're all gonna be reasons of why their stupid kid brain years and years ago liked that character and have latched onto it for way longer than it needs to. I mean, at least Mario has like funny aspects about his character intrinsically, whereas Sonic, I can't name one. I can't name one. And he's not like, what's good about him? What is good about him? Tell me, guys, what is good about Sonic? I don't know it. I don't know. Besides the jokes online that are created by people that aren't associated with the Sonic brand.
Yeah, even I disagree with you. I
He's fast.
I don't know, man. He's got a
blue.
good design. I like his design. It looks good.
He's blue.
He's blue.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know if I said his design was bad.
Like his
I'll take
design
that back.
has to work because
If I
he's
did.
still around. Like, and it's the same design.
Sure, I'll give in to the design part. Everything else stands, which is the more important things. Let's be honest, because once again, design only really matters that much to stupid, dumb people's idiots' brains when they were kids and they latched onto that character, and they still do because they're stupid, idiot, kid brain people. But you know, to each their own, I guess, right?
Dude, the last Sonic movie was good, bro. It was a good movie. Like,
And the other one before that was middling at best and had to be redone.
Yeah, but there's other reasons for that.
That's the one good thing that Sonic fans have done in recent years, which is make them change that character design. Props off to them. Like, really, I know you made more people work as a result of that, but frankly, I think it was better for us.
The entire studio went under. A bunch of people lost their jobs.
Hey, man, I think for the, what do they say, culture, that was necessary.
It was a good movie.
The culture, you know? I think that was necessary for the culture, right? The culture, you know? The culture.
You're just gonna keep saying the culture, like
you all know what that means. You all know what that means. That's self-explanatory. I don't need to say the culture again.
As a Sonic fan, I agree.
What?
Wow!
Is this a joke? Where's the punchline, Phil?
I'm a Sonic fan, and I agree that I'd say like 90% of the games are fucking terrible.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I said, and I knew that was true. I looked at the Metacritic score, and I saw that it did say that most of them are bad.
I'm the guy that's coming to the defense of Sonic here. Sonic 1, 2, and 3, and Knuckles are classics.
Shut up!
1, 2, and 3.
I love Sonic. I love Sonic. 90% of the games that have come out in the last 20 years suck ass.
I mean, I'll give you Sonic Adventure was one of the worst video games. It might be the worst video game. It's a terrible
Shut
video
up, Tavin.
What do you mean? You don't like it either.
Sonic Adventure 2 is great. Sonic Generations is fucking fantastic. Sonic Mania is fantastic.
Sonic Generations was fun. I played the demo to that game. That was a fun game. That was the one where like they bounce back and forth between 3D and 2D, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a fun game. I played the demo
Even
for that game like 6 times.
Some of the spin-offs are good. Some of the spin-offs are better than the actual Sonic games.
He's gone to the Olympics.
Werewolf.
Yeah, no, that's not a spin-off. That's a mainline game.
That's a mainline
it's also
one?
fucking great. Sonic Unleashed. Do not even try to talk about Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed is actually good.
Was that Sonic Unleashed? I thought that was Sonic 06. What was Sonic 06?
Sonic Unleashed. Sonic 06 is the one where they travel through time and a woman kisses his unconscious body. Or not even unconscious, his dead body.
Consent matters, you know?
That was nice. That was a nice scene. The poignant scene. I think it really encapsulated the boundaries that need to be broken between. I'm not gonna do
this. Sonic is cool. Sonic is good. Sonic is fun.
Sonic is cool. When I was a kid, I wanted to be Sonic. Okay.
Well, that's fair. But
I would run fast and I would do the thing with my fucking arms behind me. I wanted to be Sonic.
That's a Naruto run. You did a Naruto run trying to be Sonic.
Came out. It was before Naruto. Fuck you. Sonic's great and it sucks.
I thought I would be getting shot from all sides here. I expected that a lot more than what I got.
You definitely unloaded the clip on that one, bro. Like I've never seen you go that hard before in the paint
you
for
went
anything
in
like that.
I was doing this whole bit where I was like a sad Sonic fan.
That's gonna be a great TikTok. We're gonna have cuts to me and Phil just being like, "What the shit?"
I don't like.
I would have gotten up and left the room, but I'm not wearing pants, so.
See, that's the aspect of that. They never say the cons of not wearing pants during any kind of live stream. Never know when you need them.
Can't have as much physical comedy. Connor, you're too hard on Sonic. That's way too hard.
Sure. I don't expect to be loved. I expect to be heard.
That being said, I really do want to play Sonic Frontiers. I was probably gonna buy it and play it.
I'm surprised you didn't get it at launch.
God of War.
No, I was playing God of War.
Yeah. That probably, yeah, it did, didn't it?
I was playing God of War, and then I was playing Pokemon. So
Also, can we talk real quick? What is going on with the fan vote with the Game Awards right now?
That's pretty funny to
Have
me.
you guys
can I
seen
be
this?
honest?
Yeah.
Can I be honest for a second?
Yeah.
In that fan vote, I voted Sonic Frontier.
You're a fucking maniac. Well, I stopped voting. Like, I was like, what the hell? I'm just gonna let the internet be the internet real quick.
Yeah.
I did
In
the
that-
same
in that-
exact thing.
In that fan vote, I definitely voted Sonic Frontier.
I think I saw. I don't know if this is true, but I think I saw in the most current round of voting, they won't let you vote for anything except for Sonic or Genshin, and then you can vote for the other ones after you.
Okay, those who are voting for Genshin, no.
I don't know why, and that's
Sonic
why.
came
That's
out,
why.
Sonic came out this year.
That's why one of the
Yeah.
links. One of the links. Shot out to Red versus Blue because it's Sonic
Oh my
versus
god, that
Genshin.
was so funny.
Wait,
That was so funny. Oh my god, I was at work. I checked my phone. I think I was working a double, like straight through double that day, and I
Yeah.
was in the break room for a second. I looked on my phone and I hit the fucking vote thing. It fucking took me to Red versus Blue. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So was that like intentional? Was that like
I think so. I think it was. I think it was like a super meta joke. I don't know why you would do that. Rooster Teeth is kind of a not
They're
great
falling
to
off.
mention right now, you know?
Yeah,
Falling off, for
unfortunately.
sure.
Yeah. Oh
God,
man.
so many memories for Rooster Teeth.
Oh, that makes so much more sense. I saw a recent update with new hairstyles in Elden Ring. I'm sorry, we'll get back to what we're talking about. And I was curious. I was like, why are they doing just that? That's weird.
Is there a Sonic hairstyle?
He's got
Fucking-
I don't know.
He's got
I don't know.
He doesn't
I don't
know.
know.
I'm gonna
that's
go
gonna
ahead
take
and
a
say
while.
no. There's not a Sonic hairstyle.
Let me get them quills.
There is a Virgil hairstyle though.
All right, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Good mini game. My mini game. It's time for my mini game, boys.
Let's see it.
All right. So my mini game for this week. I didn't really come up with a snappy name for it because it's kind of tough. So I'm just gonna say, is that a Pokemon? Because I don't really have a snappy name for it. So I have assembled 10 names. Are they? You guys are gonna have to tell me if they're Pokemon or not.
Do I need to show
Okay.
the show doc or no?
No, I mean for the ones that are Pokemon, I'm gonna like that's gonna be my proof that they're Pokemon. I'm gonna show you a screenshot of that Pokemon.
Okay.
All right, boys. So it's not gonna be a buzz thing. You guys just have to decide amongst yourself. If you guys individually were scoring this, whoever gets the highest score, you win.
Okay.
Oh, we
Okay.
are competing. Oh, okay.
You're competing. You're competing.
right.
We're not buzzing
We
in or
always-
anything though. All right. So name number 1. You guys have to tell me, is this a Pokemon? Farfetch'd.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello. Can I please?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
I,
You guys got it. Farfetch'd is a Pokemon.
Farfetch'd. I knew that one.
Yeah, I did too. I think I'll do pretty good on these.
Not because I knew
right.
what it was, but just because I was certain Phil had talked to me about it, probably while we were playing God of War on stream.
Possibly. All right. Number 2. Durango.
Thought I would. No, I'm gonna say no.
No, I'm gonna say no.
You're both correct. That is also not a Pokemon.
That's a car.
Number 3. Howloon.
Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, that sounds like a Pokemon name. This is
It does.
so far we're killing this.
That is not a
Watch-
Pokemon.
Yeah, we're wrong. We're
It's
wrong.
way too soon. Way too
That
soon.
is not a
Jeff.
Pokemon. So
Not a
far, you guys are
Pokemon.
both 2 for 3.
Okay.
Number
too bad.
4. Number 4. Jellicent.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys are correct. Jellicent is
Mhm.
indeed.
At the dumb jellyfish
Pokemon.
looking one, isn't it?
It is a pretty silly looking jellyfish. Yes.
Oh Lord alive! It's like fucking the Monopoly man. Fucking got a big head and went blue.
You know
Yes,
what?
yes, yes.
I think I agree with the general consensus that I've seen, which is Pokemon designs aren't as good as they used to be.
Okay. Chill the fuck out.
Oh, you're on the opposite end of that, huh?
Number 5. Staraptor.
No, that's
Yes.
not a Pokemon. You just put 2 words together.
I think that is.
All right. Well, Connor is the first person to get 1 point by himself.
I figured as
Staraptor
much.
is a Pokemon.
Oh,
Dude, he
that's
looks so cool. He looks like he'd be in Devil May Cry, I guess.
All right. Number 6. Mousehold.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are both yet again correct. Mousehold is a Pokemon.
Yeah, I didn't even. What the hell am I looking
That
at?
is a new Scarlet and Violet Pokemon.
Yes, they do
It's
look
just
bad.
three.
nowadays.
It's just three white mice.
Well, there's
Well-
more. There's more to it, but just whatever.
Then let me guess. They eat the souls of children or something.
I mean, they're only normal types. That would be reserved for ghost types. They're only normal types.
Fair enough.
All right. Number 7, Burnout.
No, I'm gonna say no.
Yes.
Connor, you were correct. Tavin, you were incorrect. That is not a Pokemon.
Somebody's got to make
Ooh,
it interesting.
Go ahead. Oh, so you tanked that yourself? You're gonna admit that you tanked that
I was
yourself?
pretty sure whatever the first one that I got wrong was a Pokemon, but this one I don't know. I couldn't.
Oh, Howloon. Yeah, you were pretty sure. That was number 7. So what is that? That's 5 for Connor and 3 for Tavin, right?
It's two now.
It's part of
we're
it.
not counting the ones. We're not counting the ones that y'all both
I
get.
mean, if we're both wrong, like it's that. I don't know. Do whatever.
Okay.
As long as we know who wins.
Number 8. Rolarva.
No.
Yes.
Connor, you're correct. That is not a Pokemon.
Fuck. All right,
Look
yeah,
at
that one.
me,
That
man.
one legit. I was like, I would bet money that's a Pokemon name.
Rolarva is not a Pokemon.
Rolarva.
Number
Probably could've
9.
guessed.
Number 9. Klefki.
That sounds so stupid. I'm gonna go no.
I'm gonna go yes.
Connor, you were correct. That is a Pokemon.
Motherfuck.
Klefki is a Pokemon.
That's stupid as shit.
No,
That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Tavin, I felt I don't know. I know you got a little. I think you were disagreed with me. You're not doing any favors by showing us these new.
Apply
bad
Connor's
Pokemon.
whole
He's
rant
great.
about Sonic. Apply it to that Pokemon right there.
All right. And now, number 10, Colossal.
Yes.
I'm gonna go no.
Congratulations, Tavin. You were correct.
Hey,
That is a
I'm on the
Pokemon.
board.
Yeah.
Colossal is a Pokemon. And that,
Hell yeah, that's exactly.
ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, that is all 10
He's cool.
of my Pokemon that
There you
I've
go.
assembled. Connor wins.
As he often does.
I don't know what you're talking about. All these Pokemon are great.
All of them?
It's a fucking
Phil.
keychain. It's
That
3 white
keychain?
mice.
And a mustache jellyfish that doesn't.
No,
even
the
look cool.
others are valid. The others are valid.
Ugh. No, I won't get
The jellyfish has 2 different forms.
Don't
Is
they
the other
all
one-
have multiple forms?
Nope.
Some Pokemon only have one form.
This is. I should have actually used this instead of just the male one.
Well, I'm waiting.
Oh,
Yeah, you did.
he's got a little wife. That's cute.
Did they separate them by male or female, or is that just another one entirely?
Most of them are separated male female. Someone actually made fan art that looks like the squids that you save in God of War.
That's funny.
I guess it is timely. I guess.
Aw.
Huh.
I like.
You just spoiled that there's jellyfish in God of War.
Oh
Good
my
job.
god.
Flying
The
jellyfish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess the flying jellyfish is more subversive than normal jellyfish.
But yeah, that's my minigame. That's is that a Pokemon?
There we go. Pokemons. Connor's clapping, but it's not getting picked up. So.
I wish I could get picked up. I do that too much for it to not be picked up.
Tavin, this is really off topic, but did you make a second tweet about breakfast in the last week?
Have I mentioned breakfast twice in the last week?
Yeah,
I
you
saw.
said something. You said something before, like breakfast should be available till 1 p.m. and you did the same tweet again.
Not this week. I've not done it this week, but I did
Or
do
was
that
it
today.
before?
Today, because I went to McDonald's at 10:35.
There was another one that was forever. that
I've
was,
probably done it before, or I've retweeted it at least.
let's see, it was before all of this shit about Callisto.
Oh my
Dog,
god! Tavin.
I'm fairly certain that because now that I'm pretty sure that was 2 months ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey Tavin, did you know that if you type into the Google section Twitter Tavin Bothel, yours is the first one that comes up?
No way.
Pretty impressive.
I know, yeah. I like Phil's concept of time is like things were either a week ago or 7 years ago. Like he just no idea. He's lost in the ethos. He just cannot perceive time.
I'm really looking for this now.
Dog, it's not like you're gonna have to scroll for a minute.
I am.
Outro
I'm all
the
the way
show or something.
I'm all the way back in November 22nd now.
Tavin, you're the first thing that pops up when you type in Tavin Bothel in Google.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Anyway,
If you
Tavin's
Googled me in
Twitter's
high
lame.
school, if you Googled me in high school, you would find pictures. I don't know if you can now, but back in the day, you used to be able to find pictures of like high school shows I was in, which I thought was really weird.
All right.
Phil,
Tavin's Twitter's lame. Fucking. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We're available on all your favorite podcast sites, your SoundClouds, your Apple Podcasts, your Google Podcasts, YouTube, youtube.com/2pennygames. Here we are. We'll be. I mean, you're already watching this. If you made it this far, this came out on Saturday. Hi. I'm doing this while scrolling, so it's like a little exercise. So I'm doing two things at once.
I can hear
anyway, yeah. Could you really? That's funny.
Yeah, just.
Anyway, I'll be live as I usually am every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Central. I started playing Arkham Asylum. Twitch.tv/2pennygames.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I started playing Arkham Asylum. I made it all the way past the first Bane fight, and then you get into the Batcave on Arkham.
You did that in 2 hours?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
In
my head,
that's also like me. I just got the Bat Claw. So that's what you get from doing going to the Batcave.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's also with me going and trying to find Riddler trophies and solving riddles and stuff. So it was really funny because I forgot that the fucking morgue scene happens where you walk in and all of them like, get out, you shouldn't be here.
Don't
get out of here.
Connor's not played it yet.
Oh,
I got to that part. I got past that part.
Okay. You're already playing it. Oh, okay. I didn't know you had started.
Yes, I did. I even completed that whole segment.
Look at you.
Yeah, I forgot that happened. It was like, oh shit, let me get out of here.
Oh, I got out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you don't want to stay any longer.
Yeah, it's a fun time so far. Yeah, follow us all on Twitter. Follow the 2penny games Twitter. Twitter.com/ is it 2penny games?
The number 2 penny games.
Number 2 penny games. Yes. Yeah. So we'll see you next time. Tune in to the podcast when you're listening to this. The next podcast coming out on Monday, 8 a.m. The 2penny Games cast, starring my good buddies here, Tavin and Connor. And you know what? Just see ya. See you guys later.
See ya,
Goodbye.
everybody.
Bye-bye.